a little after 7, so 7:20-ish or so. And it's a little cool this morning. I woke up, I had a little water bottle just in my vestibule. It's a little frozen on the sides of it. Still had, water in it and everything, but so we're pretty much done. Craig is just finishing up his brekkie over there, and we are just thinking about heading off here. Got 3 rapids that we got to deal with today. Don't know the state of them. We're hoping some kind soul has created a portage that we can kind of do the same thing we did yesterday. We feel that maybe there's after these rapids there's a highway, so we kind of think that maybe somebody's cleared portages to get to the Wheeler River Lodge from that highway. So we'll see what this looks like today, but if we have a chance to portage, I think we will. Everything is wet, everything is cold. So like my hands are in cold wet gloves, my feet are in cold wet socks. Even though we've kind of got the dry suits on and everything, it's still this extra wetness makes it really cold. Anyways, we will warm up by paddling here pretty quick. This is the portage going around Rapid 09, which is the first rapid of the day. We found this little animal trail as a portage, and I think it kind of leads us where we need to go. So instead of winding rapids, which we're going to try to avoid today, we're going to see if we can just portage everything. You can see behind me the rapid we portaged around. On the map it didn't look too big, but it looks fair ways here, so I'm glad we took the portage route. Imagine having to wade up against the current, pushing a canoe full of loaded gear up that on the slippery rocks for, I don't know, what's that, 700 meters or so? And so that was why we elected to do what we did. That takes a certain amount of energy and mental fortitude that I think this morning with the cold and the wet, we just want to avoid. Just walking the shoreline to get the last bag that we portaged around that rapid there, and then we noticed there was another rapid there. So this portage trail continues on, and right in the middle there's a little stand-up barbecue. So I don't know if you can see that or not. So evidently this is used by the fishing camp that's up here. As you can see, this is old burnt forest.
This is the second last rapid before Russell Lake. We found this portage on the river left. I guess it's a portage, animal trail, probably portage. It's a lunch stop here too. The place was all burnt out, but the trail was pretty much there. And then disjointed at the upstream end. But, 2 sets of rapids here, so walkable. It's good for our feet. It's warm. There's Mike. You found my life jacket. Thank you. Must have forgotten to put that on when I shouldered the boat.
It's a little after 1 on the 19th, and we just ended up portage. You can see some picnic tables there, and so now we are basically done all of the portaging around rapids, and I think we're heading straight into Russell Lake. So unless we hit any unexpected whitewater, that just paddle. Just paddling along Russell Lake. This is a long lake, and we're really at the start of it. And as you can see, we have a helper wind. And let's hope this wind doesn't decide he wants to be too helpful on us. But we're making good time, and I guess we'll just up and around the corner. So it's about 20 after 4, and we pulled into our camp here. You might say, why would you camp on the windy side of this point? Well, this was a camp I had marked in my GPS. So this is what we've turned into. We're drawing a lot of things with the wind. The sun makes a small appearance every once in a while. And you could see the yard sale we got going down there. So this wind is helping dry out a lot of things that have been wet for the past however long due to all that lining. And then if we feel that we want to get out of the wind, we just go behind this thing and all of a sudden it's nice and calm. So there you go. That's our camp spot, and it's a little junky here and there, but it does come with its own pan. And I don't see any cooking utensils, so I'm gonna have to talk to the management about that. But yeah, so I guess this is home sweet home for tonight. We did about a little over 25, just under 26 kilometers today. That includes the 3 long portages that we had to do, so pretty happy about that. So this is morning, it's about 7:45, and we've kind of got all of our camp all done up. So you can see behind me everything is good. These camps are kind of interesting. It's cold, it's probably 2 degrees, and we've kind of got a good wind going. So we're gonna have to launch off of this beach somehow. But these are the types of trips where it's cold and windy and rainy. It rained last night. Kind of tests your mental fortitude. But I guess if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. Well, it's about 9:20 and we're off Russell. I think this little lakelet is still giving us some problems with the wind. As you can see, Craig's working pretty hard, so I guess I better get on the stick. We're coming on 15K, and we've come across this bridge, which I guess kind of feeds some of the mines. And
9:14.
Is that what time it is? 9:14?
No, that's the number.
Oh, the number of this road, 9:14. So we've seen a truck go through already. There's a boat over there. Somebody's ready to get going anytime. And I guess we go under the bridge. So you can see there's kind of not really much flow here, because otherwise this constriction would be just rocking. But right now, not too much. Just stopped to take a little bit of a walk here and on this bridge. So you can see behind me, kind of nice. We're heading off this way afterwards. And we came from this way. So kind of a nice view of the whole area. Been about a little less than 15K this morning. It's about 2.5 hours of paddling. So to get our 25K in today, really not that much. Probably get it in by noon if we really wanted, but we'll see what we do. We'll go till whenever this evening and see where we get to. So kind of in and around Martin Lake, kind of before and a little bit after here. We're after Martin Lake, and you can kind of see a lot of low-lying swampy areas. I really don't know that this would be a good place for finding camp spots. So I would, we're gonna shoot on straight over. You can see the forest itself on the left is kind of a bright green. That's all new little shoots, and you could hardly walk between them. And the darker green on the right up there shows maybe older forest that might have some opportunities for camping. We're getting there soon, so we're starting to think about it. It's 6:15 and just hanging here in my tent, having a little bit of a coffee, listening to the birds, and looking at the view. Beautiful morning, cold last night. I think probably got down to 0 or thereabouts. And so just kind of taking my time, enjoying the morning as much as we can, and once I'm done my coffee, we start off our morning. It's getting on to be about 7:30 in this morning, and here's some glorious sun coming through. So this is a beautiful campsite. A little slopey though, so finding a flat spot will be a little bit of a challenge, but we did find a couple over there. Keep the kitchen far away from the tents. It's a good idea. But you know, this is kind of a fairyland esker where, yeah, you can just wander where you want, and you're right at the water's edge. One thing I would say about these canoe trips up here, different than what I'm used to, is that there's really tough access to water once you get here. So if you're gonna do something up here, it's handy to bring like some sort of a reservoir that you can get water before you kind of land in, and then bring it up into camp, and that way you don't always have to go down. Anyways, we're just in various stages of packing up here, and we're going to be heading off probably before 8. So it's about 5 after 8, and we're just done heading off this way here, and that's the camp spot that we're just leaving now. Guess we put a little sunscreen on because Mr. Sun wants to come visit us today. So I guess we'll go here for a little bit, maybe a few kilometers, and then we start creeking. That should be fun. We are now going up, I think, Davies Creek, something like it. And so this is the start of it. You can see we're kind of going through this marshlandy area. And if you can look at the water, you can see it's getting a little shallow, but so far not even close to jamming us. We just keep going up, and let's hope this is how this whole thing goes. Up to Brown Lake. We are just paddling beside this nice long esker here, and just look how beautiful that would be to camp in. You can see forever, and you know, beautiful flat spots everywhere. Perfect. We just stopped here on this Davies Creek to peel off the outer layer because this is a nice warm day with that sunshine just going, and just look at to enjoy the beauty around us. The creek goes that way. about noon, and we've gone up, I think, lined up 3 rapids. We've got this last one here before we get into Brown Lake. And we pulled off. This looked like it might be a portage trail, but in the end it looks like it's not really something you could pull a boat through. So we are electing to line this last one. I think it's probably about a 500 meter line. And I think we'll see where it goes from there. So it's about 1:45, and we finished all of the lining up Davis Creek. So this is Brown Lake, I think, and we are sitting on a dock of a cabin here just to have some lunch.
We're sitting on a dock in a bay.
We're sitting on a dock in a bay, you're right. Yeah. Don't start singing that. So anyways, here's lunch. So kind of a couple of wraps, some beer sausages, some cheese, and a little bit of flavor. So welcome to Flavor Country. Side up here. Okay, cut right through there. Okay, hold on. I'm loading up on the screen. We're just kind of going through this delta of stuff. We've lined a few times already for going up the creek from Brown to Wheeler Lake, which is kind of where we're ending up here. Where after we go through this delta, which we're back and forth, hitting some sandbar stuff here and there, just picking the channels. And hopefully we get out of here, we cross Wheeler Lake, and that's our first portage and maybe where we'll camp tonight. It's a little after 4. It's about 8 o'clock, and we've kind of packed it in for the night. It's windy and cold out there. This was a pretty monster day. We made about 26 kilometers today, and that was lining up creeks. I think we did, I don't know, 5 or 6 or 7 or something today. Some bigger, some small. So I think we're a little tuckered. Had kind of a nice charcuterie meal, and I think now we're just looking for some Z's.